Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap and plan ahead for Apple here. Thursday did get into some 22 June 195 calls here. Looked like it was going to hold the high end of this initial pop up here. I have these lines on this chart basically because this opening hour had a tremendous amount of volume and looked like it was going to set in a range. So as long as price action held above there, I was going to be long and see what happens. So on Thursday, nice long hammer here. Volume did confirm there's participation. Went ahead, got into 22 June 195 calls there at 205. Plan was to stop out if it broke below lows. As it turns out, gapped below that on Friday today here. And with any gap, I immediately cancel my stop loss and wait to see what's going to happen with price. This one took quite a while to materialize and set up to show what it was going to do. But the opening 15 minutes did show there was going to be some buyers down here at lows. Same thing with the S&P 500. Looked like it was going to be some participants trying to capture the secondary move off of this flag. Basically, it looks like a textbook retest of this pattern right here. Nice green hammer candle holding at the 8 EMA. Hopefully, and plan is for it to continue higher. I did double up on that position at 105. Excuse me, put my average at 155. I'm not in the habit of building a losing trade, but that kind of a gap, did not want to just give up on it. Like I said, it was my belief that participants were going to simply catch catch that secondary move as a retest. So I'm looking for this to pop back up here to around 193, back up into this range, maybe to 194 here in the near future to take that off and lock in some gains. Did start moving up, almost got me to break even here just into the close, but being greedy may have cost me a little bit there. So we'll see what happens going into next week. Now for the trade plan, I'm looking for, just like any other time, I'm looking at each one of these levels to show up as support. My initial note here was for 192.5 calls about 2 weeks out. Since it got below it, that one basically is void. I'm not even going to pay attention to that. This 195 call above here did not trigger me in as it did not continue higher on that gap up. Any pullback, I will look for 190 calls about 2 weeks out at the 21 EMA, which is this yellow line. Red line way down here at 50 SMA, I'm looking at 180 calls approximately 2 weeks out in the future. And of course, the 200 SMA way down here, 170 calls approximately 2 weeks out in the future. And just as a reminder, I am looking for this overall measured move up to about 215. Probably going to run into resistance at 200, nice round number, just above the $1 trillion mark for Apple's market cap. So we'll see what happens if and when it does come up to there. It's my belief here that there are hedge funds, investment funds, whatever the case may be, that want to be a holder of the first $1 trillion market cap stock. So we'll see if that happens, where sellers start to come into play, and if today's hammer does continue higher. This will be my trade plan for Apple. Have a good weekend and good luck.